Welcome back. So this is our first of two conference championship reactions. The Chiefs got a win 17-10 versus the Baltimore Ravens, and it wasn't as close as we as it seemed. It was 17-7 for most of the game. But the Ravens defense came up like they were coming up clutch every time. They were holding the Chiefs offense, but Lamar and the offense just could only score 3 points in the second half. It was a lot of individual mistakes, in my opinion. The Zay Flowers reached for a touchdown. I mean, he's a young guy. You want to try to make that play, but unfortunately, that fumble cost them a touchdown. And then they had another chance where they drove down the field, but it was a interception and triple coverage, which was just idiotic. And then
Yeah.
they just couldn't convert past a Justin Tucker field goal. So, and also there was listen, we can complain about the Chiefs penalties, but some of them were
They were
kind of
fair.
them too. Like some of them were fair. So like the Ravens
And the
just
Zay
overall
Flowers was
sold.
dumb.
Yeah, the Zay Flowers was unfortunate. He was a young guy trying to make a play, and then he
He's
slammed his
young.
hand, and he made the. It was bloody. He'll be a great wide receiver for them in the
He'll be
future.
a
But
great wide. Anyone
overall,
that's hating on
it
him is
was it
just a
was the
cheese.
worst kind of game ever. You had hope every time because the defense actually came up clutch after the two touchdowns, but the offense
Mhm.
just couldn't get it done.
That historic. That's like Bears football type stuff right there.
Yeah,
I swear to you, man.
they had the number one defense on paper at home. I was wrong, by the way, man. I like talk so much. I talked some smack saying the Ravens linebacker core wasn't going to let Kelsey and just the offense do stuff. And I was worried about the offense the second half, but Kelsey had like
He
115
went off.
yards and a touchdown. Of course, he's back. Rashee Rice was clutch. Overall,
And MVS was clutch too,
yeah, MVS with that was the one main
despite
thing
being
they allowed in the
terrible all
second
season.
half. Yeah, so overall, Ravens just self-destructed. But I've been talking a lot. So Mal, your thoughts?
I think okay. The Ravens struggled in the first half for sure. I think the second half for one in the second half they outplayed the Chiefs like period. They outplayed the Chiefs on offense and on defense, at least yardage wise. The problem was execution.
No,
They
yeah, that's
costed
very fair.
themselves at least 6 points. At least two Justin Tucker field goals they costed themselves from. Um, it could have at least been a 1 point game had they had tried to get in a stop. That Zay Flowers fumble was really, really just a backbreaker. And then you had that interception in triple coverage. That was dumb. Just I don't know, dude. I don't even care if you take a sack there. Just don't throw it in triple coverage. You can't turn over the ball, especially against a team like the Chiefs when they're hot, when they have a quarterback that
Or
never
but they were
loses in the
cold in that
playoffs.
moment, man. They were cold in that moment. It was just like you couldn't execute. But like the Zay one, I will admit, like, yeah, he should have, just got to the one and lived to fight another day. But he's a young guy. I could see him trying to make the play. Like, I don't
Yeah,
blame him. It was a
yeah.
backbreaker. It was bad execution, but I think he'll learn from that. It's kind of like a
He
Jordan
will.
Love, like
He's a very young, talented kid. He's
he had
going
a
to.
good game to be fair too. He had like 115, 130 yards, a touchdown. But like, and that Lamar play was incredible. But man, that was a slog fest. A lot of that game. I mean, outside those two amazing plays,
That yeah, it is. It is
the
very.
Lamar catch that reminded me of the
It's
Bills Trent Sherfield catch where it bobbled up and Trent Sherfield got it
that
versus the
reminder that
Dolphins.
reminds me
But
of
that
that
was
Justin
better.
Herbert play of in Week 8 against the Cowboys. It reminds me of what Justin Herbert did. That was a pretty good play by him. But
Mm-hmm.
um, man, we got to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl again. That
As a Seahawks fan, will be rooting for the 49ers if they make it or the Lions.
yeah.
But yeah, Bobby isn't here with us, but he might be here later after the Lions Niners game, and I'll edit his reaction after this. But yeah, we're like 7 minutes away from the Lions Niners game. I'm hoping it's more entertaining because it was like, listen, defense is cool, but we just saw a lot of it, and it's just frustrating when the team you want to see win just doesn't execute. It kind of reminded me, I know Mal, you love that game, but it reminded me of the Packers Niners game as like a neutral fan. It was a little Like especially if you're rooting for the Packers, they got one executing touchdown and they just couldn't really do much that next rest of the
Yeah,
game.
but
So remember
watching
that.
a close defensive game is way, way better than watching a blowout. 100%. I would take that any day of the week.
Yeah, no. It was better than this one for sure because it was 17-7 for a while. It wasn't a blowout, but it was like, listen, you need to get a touchdown finally, and you need something else
And
to
it just
happen.
got frustrating. I get how that feels.
Yeah, but
Um,
congrats to the Chiefs. They won when it mattered, and it's really impressive to see Mahomes do this. I like the Chicago hat, by the way. I don't know if
thanks.
you're trying to flex that, but
No,
um,
I'm just looking at the side. Sorry.
yeah, but like they won when it mattered, arguably with the worst offense we saw with Mahomes, but the best defense we saw with him. And if he wins another Super Bowl or just makes another one, like he's getting closer to beating Brady. Like he already is matching him in his first like earlier years in the playoffs. Like it's so impressive to see. And at the end of the day, I rooted for the Chiefs when they made Super Bowl 54. I probably won't be rooting for him this time, but I respect Mahomes, and I at the end of the day, I'd actually be happy if he kind of outbeats Tom Brady as the GOAT. But obviously, that's a long, long path down the road.
The only guy he's ever lost to was Tom Brady and Joe Burrow. So I mean, it
Yeah,
looks like
I
they
mean,
might.
Joe Burrow, Mahomes is like an Eli Manning, Tom Brady rivalry. But yeah, he also faced the NFC North last three times or AFC North the last three times in the conference
Mhm.
championship. He faced the Bengals twice at KC and then went to Baltimore. But impressive for him to go on the road. Everyone was saying that was a challenge, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. I'm gonna root for the Lions, but if the Niners win, I'll still root for the whoever comes out of the NFC to win it. But
Anyone but the Chiefs.
we'll see, man.
All right, man.
All right, we are a few minutes off of kickoff, so we will be back later. Bye
See you
bye.
guys.
All right, welcome back, guys. We just finished the Lions Niners NFC Championship, and wow, what a game! So honestly, it's sad that the Lions blew a 17-point lead. It was 24-7. Um, it, it made me cry sad, bro, as a Seahawks fan. Because, like, listen, I respect the hell out of the Niners, but like, man, I was getting my Jared Wonka Goff memes ready. I had my ammunition just ready on the go. And
Mhm.
Purdy and the Niners were clutch when it mattered. That IU catch was absolutely insane. That was the momentum changer. The Juan Jennings catch was great. Like, and the Jameson Williams play. Like, honestly, those three and the also the Swift the Gibbs touchdown was nice. So we had four nice plays. Those four plus Lamar Jackson catches, that Lamar Jackson catch were insane. We had five or four of the best playoff like plays in a while that we had seen from these two conference championship games. But
Mhm.
yeah, also Goff sold at the end there. Mal can talk about this a little more, but that and I didn't agree with the Dan Campbell decision to go for it on that fourth down that failed, which allowed the Niners to get a touchdown for the lead. I feel like if I was Campbell, I would have taken that 48-yard field goal because then you could have been tied. And then the fourth down in general, where Jameson Williams got that second touchdown, that was also ballsy. I would have taken my three and then got the onside kick. But yeah, and then Goff had his receivers sell a bit, but then he also had some guys open where he scrambled and missed them. So overall, I think at the end of the day, some poor coaching decisions by Dan Campbell and a few Goff sells and poor receivers play. But yeah, still proud of the Lions season. They had a great season, man.
Yeah, no. They had a great season. I again, I just you can't end like that, though, man. And the thing is, now it's Niners or no one. It's literally. And my dad's gonna probably be rooting for the Chiefs, and my mom's probably gonna. Yeah, I don't know
Your dad
why,
don't
but
like the night.
whatever.
Your dad don't like the Niners.
I don't know why. He literally roots for them every. I literally tell him. He's like, I'm like, dude, they do you a service every year by beating the Packers in the playoffs. Literally, from Colin Kaepernick to Brock Purdy, they've all done you services. Colin Kaepernick, Jimmy G, but that's beside the point. It's Niners or no one. Lions, they sold. Okay, they sold. Dan sold. Dan sold. He's a good coach, but
So
there are limits to trying to always gamble. And the thing is, it's okay. Sometimes I can understand going for it, especially if it's short down situations, like short down yardage. But at the same time, man, look at the amount of points you left off the board. Look at the opportunities you had for it to be much closer. The opportunity you had to potentially tie the game or win it instead of having to score quickly and then get an onside kick or score quickly and then have to rely on your defense to, stop the Niners and get the ball back. Like, man, and not only that, but that final drive on offense for the Lions. What is Jared Goff doing? Like I know you're trying to get the ball down the field and you're just not trying to lose any yardage or take any sacks. I understand that, but in this situation, you just need to let it rip, man. You need to let it rip, dude. Your season's on the line. Stop throwing these little dumb dink and dunk throws. You got to throw it down the field. You have to. And if you see anyone open underneath, it has to be to the sidelines so you can stop the clock. And I know you have all your 3 timeouts, but you want to save all those 3 timeouts potentially so that if you score, you could have enough time to stop the 49ers and get the ball back and try to make something happen. They didn't do that. They failed to do that. And then that third down, why did you run it with David Montgomery? The freaking
Oh,
Niners
that
have
was
the line
so
stuffed.
dumb, dude.
They have
Again, bad choice
they
by
have
Ben
the line
Johnson.
stuffed, man.
Somebody.
And you waste the timeout, so then it forces you to kick the onside kick. And and just everything went downhill. Goff before the half, he missed a wide open touchdown to Jahmyr Gibbs, in which I said he played a good game, but he also had Jared Goof moments. And I said the Niners are gonna win because Jared Goff has had some Jared Goof moments in the playoffs. But the thing though is that he can afford to play or have Jared Goof moments versus teams like the Rams and the Bucks. No discredits to those teams, but the Niners are way better than those two teams. And the Niners, if Jared Goff has any sort of Jared Goof moments, it's going to come back to bite you. And Jahmyr Gibbs also fumbled. Again, it comes down to mistakes, especially against the Niners team. But I think this is the last win of the season the Niners are going to get. They're not winning the Super Bowl, in my opinion. Oh, that'll come.
The NFL's fixed. That's why the Chiefs will win. I don't want to. What do you call it? Like the National Fixed League. I mean,
That's what you said. Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, dude, I almost thought when it was 24/7 we get a Chiefs Lions because that would like also be a good script. But yeah, Super Bowl 54 rematch. Dude, the Chiefs have made 4 of the last 5. They made 54, 55, 57, and now 58. It's nuts. It's nuts, bro. But yeah, like it was so funny because I was rooting hard for the Chiefs in that Super Bowl previous one because I was salty about the Seahawks and I hated the Niners more back then. I also was one of 2 people at our house rooting for the Chiefs and it just felt great, but as they say, you die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain, and that is my view of the Chiefs. And they're going to use Taylor Swift, the industry plant, aka Grammy advertiser, and show her in the Super Bowl. So,
yeah, I mean, I used to love the Chiefs. They were my second favorite team for pretty much until this season. And I hate them.
I feel like you started to really hate them when the Bills lost to them.
I started to hate them. I mean, they weren't in my I don't know. I feel like the past 2 weeks I've just really started to hate them.
So the Bills lost.
Yeah.
Hey, better late than never. Welcome to the club,
man.
brother. Welcome to the club. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just sad because they own us. They perennially own our franchise. So.
And I just hate the shit that they're doing with Taylor Swift. It is really pissing me off. And I like getting in the. I had 2 Instagram comments, and they kind of blew up about Taylor Swift, and they weren't derogatory or anything, but these people, these Swifties, as they like to be called, took it as a personal offense. And you know what? it's not that serious. Well, maybe
They're not
today.
winning the Super Bowl, man. Like
I
this,
more just hate
like
the NFL for showing her
the
to be
only
honest. Like
time
she can't
Patrick
control that.
Mahomes, sorry, my bad. The only time
you're
that
good.
Patrick Mahomes will be able to lose in a heartbreaking way in the playoffs for his season to end is if it's against Tom Brady. It will never, ever happen against
That
anyone
is
else.
true. Brady kept
Here
him
and
under
there against Joe
control.
Burrow, but the Chiefs are going to surpass Brady's 7 rings. I just have a feeling. I know that sounds outrageous, but he already has 2
I
in
could see
such
him
a short
passing
time
it.
span.
But like I
And
could see him winning
it's
5, like 5
it's
rings.
scripted. It's scripted. It's so scripted, dude. The Niners aren't winning. Like there's no way. I don't even give them a 0.01% chance to win. And I know I sound outrageous for saying that. There is no way that they win that game. Not a single way. It'll be close, but there is not a single way in living hell that they'll win that game. The Chiefs are going to have drops by receivers and this and that, but they're going to get bailed out by calls. They're going to get
Now
bailed out by
Travis
calls
Kelce's coming back, bro.
because if the Chiefs lose, Taylor Swift's breaking up with Travis Kelce because Taylor Swift is like, okay, I'm tired of your shit. The Chiefs have had a terrible season, and they end off the season losing the Super Bowl. So fuck you, Travis Kelce. I'm breaking up with you, and then all the Swifties are gone from the NFL. So yeah, the Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl. That's what they're saying. And part of my language, by the way. But what I'm saying is Taylor Swift might break up with Travis Kelce if they lose the Super Bowl, which is why it's not going to happen because the league is scripted. Sorry for that rant.
I mean, it is a big ad. Like they used her in the Grammys ad during the Ravens championship. But yeah, like honestly, their receiving game has come a lot more alive, in my opinion, since Travis has been back. He had more receiving yards than the Bills game, 1 less touchdown, but like 120 yards almost. Like he's back when they needed it. Rashee Rice has been insane. MVS will make the 2 catches that seal it. So yeah, I'm picking the Chiefs. I think it's going to be narrow, but like especially if it was the Lions, I think regardless, Lions or Niners, it's favored a bit for the Chiefs because, and I'm gonna pick the Chiefs. I know we're gonna do predictions in a bit, but like they've proven me wrong the last like 2 weeks. So
I picked against them every week this playoff season, and they burned me every time. So I have to pick the Chiefs. So
yeah, I mean we'll probably do another quick Super Bowl.
You know what we should do? You know what
soon,
the NFL community should do? Instead of hyping up Lamar and putting all this bad karma towards him, let's hype up Patrick Mahomes and act like we're gonna root for him so we could put the bad karma for the Chiefs. Ever thought of that, NFL? You idiot fans. Sorry, I'm an idiot too, but you get what I'm saying.
A lot of NFL fans are idiots. That is a very fair thing to say. Even we are at times, but like there are some actual idiots out there. Anyway, Bobby, you want to give your quick reactions on the Baltimore Ravens? I mean, we kind of talked about it. I feel like there wasn't much on my end to say outside like the offense sold. Zay Flowers made a mistake as a young guy, but the offense sold. Defense did amazing.
Yeah, refs terrible as usual. Ruining games. Nothing new with the NFL. The refs love Patrick Mahomes. It's gonna be that way till they found a new Mahomes. I mean, they found a new Brady in Patrick Mahomes. He fits whatever.
In 13 years, when the Packers draft their new quarterback and sit behind Love, that'll be the new Patrick Mahomes.
And
the Packers will be
they'll win their one Super Bowl. Packers are gonna win they're gonna win a Super Bowl with Love in the next few years, and then they're gonna win another one with their new guy when we're like mid 40s. They're gonna have like one Super Bowl every 10 years, and have a lot of playoff success. I'm just kidding. We don't know what's gonna happen, but both it's kind of like him and Rodgers are pretty close, just like Favre was, and also, you got Mahomes and Brady really close. In fact, Mahomes has had a better playoff resume in his earlier career. And I gotta say, at the end of the day, I think Brady, he's benefited from good defenses and some luck. Mahomes has too, but I actually want Mahomes to win at least 5 rings. I think with 5 rings, he'll surpass Brady as the GOAT. I'm personally rooting for that to kind of happen as much as I hate the Chiefs.
Dude,
I'll be happy if the Seahawks get a couple rings there, but not gonna happen.
I will be buying a Deebo Samuel jersey.
Yep.
Nice. No, someone should
Oh,
talk
by the
shit to
way,
Debo, or should talk
Oh, by
shit.
the way, let's talk about CJ Gardner Johnson. I didn't like that the Lions lost, but part of me is kind of happy in a way so CJ Gardner Johnson can get all his karma back. CJ, you are the biggest bozo. You low cal of urinating tree. He wins low cal of the week for me. He is the biggest bozo. Honestly, dude, he surpassed Jair Alexander. That's pretty impossible to do. How do you
What
Yeah,
did he do in
how
this
do you
Niners
act
game
worse than
now?
Jair? How do
I
you
think
act
Kirby
worse than
Joseph should be
Jair?
an honorable mention because he is a dirty player.
Yeah,
But yep,
Kirby has had some dirty hits in the past too. I think it was a
within
bit
like the
of the
past month,
Lions Rams
he took
game.
out he took out Hawkinson and he took out Tyler Higbee. So
Yeah, what about anyway, wait, sorry, Bobby, did you say your Ravens reaction? I know we kind of skipped that. I'm sorry.
yeah, refs screw
Oh,
everybody.
ref stuff. Oh, okay.
I
Any
hate that
thoughts on
referee.
like the Ravens Chiefs specifically? Like,
I mean, Zay Flowers, you kind of sold there, buddy. They should have called a few taunting penalties on Travis Kelce, but they don't. And then
I
when
will
Zay
admit,
Flowers,
okay, I'll admit this has not been the most egregious favoritism towards the Chiefs because I did think the Ravens had some calls where they were a little undisciplined, but there was a shove. I forgot when, but there was like an unnecessary like roughness or shove thing on the Ravens earlier in the game. And Travis Kelce literally shoved a Raven and he didn't get penalized. But I will say, I think there were some stuff where they were just straight up a little undisciplined, along with just the offense selling. Zay, I think, made a mistake that a young guy was just trying to make a play. Like, I don't actually blame him as much. He had a
Yeah.
good game outside of
He's a
that.
young guy. He's gonna learn from his mistakes.
Mark did
He's young.
nothing, though.
He has a
Andrews
lot of
did
talent.
nothing. Everyone was hyping that man up. He had 2 catches for like 15 yards. Maybe he had one more I'm missing, but that was like
Andrews.
90% of his game.
He's
Isaiah
so really-
likely outplayed him.
I mean, obviously,
Okay.
Zay Flowers is smaller than Odell Beckham, but just seeing him like run routes and just seeing him get open, it just really reminds me of a younger version of Odell Beckham. I
He
don't know,
has
maybe that's
speed. He has speed. It's crazy. It's great. He
no,
and
him
Jameson
and Odell,
Williams have
like
that
just the
speed.
way they run, like with the ball in their hands. I just see a young version of Odell Beckham. I don't
Yep.
know. Maybe I'm crazy.
Let me just say this though, JMO. Oh man, that kid is something special. I know the stats. His stat sheet this year isn't going to look very good, but man, let's not sleep on JMO. Anyone that is going to call him trash, I'm sorry, you don't know football. This guy has just use him. Just don't get hurt. Do not get hurt, and
The
just
Lions took a
use him the
gamble.
right way, and he will be really good. He will be
One
took a
person at a time,
gamble.
guys. Guys,
They
one
took
person
a
at a time.
gamble in 2022 taking him in the first round. I mean, that's a big gamble because he's coming off an ACL tear, and he also was, he had that little suspension. So,
Yeah,
But he
I
has all
think
the
we need to
talent in the
see
world.
more of him. I agree with you, Mal. He hasn't, but like I still think we need to see more of him because he had injuries and gambling time, but he does give you a couple explosive plays. He also can be used for jet sweeps and rushes like that. He's very versatile, but I definitely think he and Zay are similar. I've seen Zay get like a big rushing touchdown, I think, versus the Chargers at one point. But yeah, I think we just need to see more of him. But he was a good pickup. He has lots of potential in this league. I'm excited to see him in the foreseeable future. Goff earned a spot as a Lion for the next for a little longer. Gibbs
I'd
is
say 2 more
insane.
years.
Yeah, Laporta's insane. Be proud if you're the Lions and the Niners. Here's my thoughts, guys. Listen, if you guys were going to lose, if you guys lose the Super Bowl, here's the bright side. You guys, especially with the state of the NFC, will always be a top 3 team. And your window, as long as you keep most of your guys, is going to be open to win a bowl. So you guys are going to be fine in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
If we look at this realistically, you have to worry about the Niners and the Packers and the Cowboys and Eagles and the Rams,
And the
I'd
Lions.
say. And
And the
you
Lions.
guys will beat I did say that. I said Lions, Packers. Did I say that? Sorry.
I mean,
You said Niners, Packers.
Oh,
if I'm
okay.
being
I'm
honest,
sorry.
I'm not.
I'm sorry. I guess I listed the top teams by accident, but I think if you're the Niners, you just got to worry about the Lions, Packers. I think the Rams will be an upcoming threat. I'm predicting them to be second in the NFC West. And the Eagles, Cowboys. Like but I think you guys got the Cowboys or Eagles easily. So
No
it's
way,
just
bro.
whoever comes out of the North, and you guys will still win your own division. Like you guys are chilling. I
Yeah.
understand though the
There's
desire
the
to get the hump. Like I understand how much you guys want it, and your squad deserves a ring one day. But like,
They deserve it, but
it,
there's
if
it
you
just
guys
doesn't
lose the
happen.
Super Bowl, man, I'm just saying you guys will always have a window. It's just like the Bills, you know. Like I know how it feels, playoff disappointment.
It just won't happen. I don't want to be that guy. I want the Niners to win, but every time I'm realistic, I'm right. I want to be wrong. Almost this
Let's hope
entire playoffs,
Mouse
I wanted to
gets a
be
loss
wrong
here.
with my picks. I wanted to have a horrendous record, but just in all realism, though, that's not the case. That's not how realistic um minds. That's not how realism works. Okay, that's not how realism works. And I knew it from the back of my mind. Okay, first of all, in all seriousness, though, the Chiefs, all credit to them. The NFL is not actually scripted. They just do their thing, man. They just do their thing, and you have to give them credit for that. And as mad as we are, you know, we're probably just mad because our teams can't do it. That's probably why we're
Yep.
That's
just
very
jealous,
fair.
man.
Yeah.
Like
feeble
I mean,
beyond belief.
there's nothing we could do about it, other than just
Yeah, but
get better
everyone will
ourselves.
hate, everyone's going to hate your team eventually once you have a bunch of success. It always is how it is. Like the Bills were the one like rooting story, but after they lost to the Bengals, they had some people, but a lot of people switched up. I was a Warriors fan during their dynasty. People started hating them. Like it's normal, you know? Everyone
Mhm.
loves something new. They always want the new flashy thing.
Yeah, a
Uh,
lot of people hate the
but
Astros, but
yeah,
they've won a couple World Series and they've been to the World Series almost every year.
God,
the
I hate
cheating
the.
kind of gets them a justified hate. And
I
also,
mean,
some
yeah.
people hate the Dodgers because of how much they spend on talent.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. But at least you guys have a baseball and a basketball team to make you guys happy. My
Well,
Warriors are falling off, and that
Uh,
Lakers game sucked.
and the Knicks, Julius Randle just dislocated his shoulder.
Any
Like,
update on him?
I maybe it's 4 weeks, 4 weeks at most, maybe a week. I don't know.
Okay, I think you guys will be fine to make the
No,
playoffs.
yeah,
Like
can
the
I?
honestly, if you're a basketball fan of a team, the worst thing I feel like is being in the play-in because I feel like ever since then there's always been one team that makes a push, and the last couple of years it's been the Heat. They've always been a lower seed, but they've made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. They went from the play-in to Eastern Conference Finals. So I know like this is off topic, but
to the. You mean
like you're going to
finals?
be scared. Yeah, to the finals, but I'm saying they made the Eastern Conference Finals as well versus the Celtics the year before. Like they've made
Yeah.
it at least to that point. But like the point is, I feel like there's always a team that runs the table. But anyway,
Yep. Can
that's
I?
probably gonna
Can
wrap
I?
it up. Oh, you can say
Can I
something.
just get my little thoughts? It's just real
Yeah.
quick. It's like a baseball. Brewers signed Reese Hoskins. I'm kind of mad. There. I mean, that's a pretty big move. And the Cubs, they signed Hector Neris from the Astros. I really think that was a good move by us. I think we need a lot of bullpen help, or I won't say a lot, but we definitely need more bullpen help, um, especially if we want to try to make the playoffs next year and try to make a playoff run. Because we kind of did choke away our season at the end there as we missed the playoffs by one game due to, very little bullpen help and just lack of execution. But yeah, go Cubs. That's all I had to say.
Brian Cashman, you suck. That's all I'm gonna say. You're like, we're gonna spend money, and then he doesn't sign anybody. His
Yeah.
team is feeble beyond belief. I
Yep.
don't like you, Hal.
R.I.P. Yankees.
I don't like you, Cashman. I don't like you, Boone.
They'll still win
Yeah.
like 95 games though.
Yep. And Hal's will settle for 95 wins and a either wild card or division series exit by the hands of the Houston Astros or Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah. All right, that's gonna wrap it up here, guys. Some quick things. After this, we're gonna get I got my friend, Niners friend from my school, Tyler, to have a reaction. We're trying to get fans from other people that we know to say a reaction to this game. And also, we're gonna be a little more offline on YT till the Super Bowl weekend. We'll do a quick predictions video, and then we'll have some off-season content for football and even baseball. But there will be a bit of TikTok content coming. I'll put that in the comments below if I remember, or you can just look on our YouTube bio. It's there. We released some videos recently. We're gonna do some short form content on there and podcast clips. So we're excited, but it was a great idea starting this. We started this when the Broncos Russell Wilson news broke out, and it's been a very cool hobby to do. So we just want to thank you guys for being with us. And yeah, there'll be more football off season and draft content.
Absolutely,
we have a lot
man.
planned.
The grind never stops here, man. I'm gonna be posting as much as I can. Lock in, grind. If you guys don't know, I'm usually the one who runs the TikTok. Austin usually runs the YouTube. I promise, try to make enough time to post them. And,
but it's been
hopefully
you
guys
great
make sure to like and follow.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have a short, probably Super Bowl predictions video coming out to kind of recap our picks and maybe if they change. But yeah, we'll see you guys later. What's up?
Maybe.
Peace out.
I'll wear my 49ers jersey.
Yeah, so I'm kind of salty that you got a Niners, but you know what? It's the Chiefs. We got to do what we got to do. This is where I put my divisional differences aside. Also, I still respect the hell out of the team, like I said. So, yeah, I hope those guys can get a ring. But anyway,
George Kittle gets one more than anyone.
Yeah, no, George Kittle is a guy everyone wants. When I watched that NFC Championship game versus Philly, the mic'd up audio, it was heartbreaking. But I love the way he still motivated his team. Even the Eagles guys are like, wait, they don't got a quarterback. Damn.
You guys remember? I don't know if you remember, but he said after Super Bowl 54, "I will be back."
He did say that, yes, and that was like Aaron Donald, dude. He's channeling his Aaron Donald. Because in the Pats Super Bowl, he was like, Aaron Donald was hyping himself up, and he was like, we're going to win a ring one day, blah, blah, blah. And boom, he's back again. And Aaron Donald made a play. So maybe Kittle will get his sweet, sweet revenge.
And it's against the storybook. But yeah.
It could be. I mean, I there's a chance they could give it to the Niners. But anyway, yeah, we'll see you guys later.
Okay, first reaction. I hate the playoffs. This is my first year very into football. And I'm so happy the Niners are going to the Super Bowl. Especially against the Chiefs, knowing it could have been last year if Purdy did not get hurt. I don't know what else to say. Seriously, I've never filmed myself like this. The first half was awful, down by 17, and the comeback that everyone has been asking for, where Purdy drove all these yards. I don't know what else to say. 50 seconds at this. I'm just stalling right now. It'll be a good game at the Super Bowl. Sorry for all the teams that we had to go through. Bang, bang, Niner gang. We the ones.